I actually spoke with her when she was in Copper. I was like, man, you are catching some heat on the old internet. Because I was reading the comments. It's just brutal. But then, I don't know. Like, there's so many athletes that had successful careers at 40 and older. So, I think it's amazing. Like, why not? As long as she's feeling healthy and she feels confident, and she's one of the best to ever do it. And I think she can be competitive every single weekend. I mean, I bet with my teammates, with Ryan, Cochran Siegel, and Jared, I have $20 on the line that she'll get top 5 in her first World Cup downhill back. So,
okay.
I think she can be in there every single weekend, as long as she stays healthy and is enjoying it.
I'm not trying to break any records. I'm not trying to prove anything to anyone. I'm just skiing because I love skiing, and that's the most important thing to me, which makes me feel, again, a lot more free. You know, I'm happy. I think everyone can see I'm smiling out on the mountain, and, you know, just being in Beaver Creek and being with my family and, you know, everyone in the finish area was just so much fun. And that's how it's always been for me. But I think over the years, you know, with injury and expectation, it somehow becomes less free. You know, you have more constraints and more obligations, and now, you know, I'm very much just doing this because I love skiing, and that's different. That's a different feeling and a different mindset. The passion for me for skiing has always been there. I've never thought, oh, I'm glad I'm not skiing anymore. I always love skiing. That will never change, no matter how old I get. But I never thought I could get back to this level.
When did you really start to think about a comeback?
I started to think about it only a few weeks after my surgery, because it was such a big difference from before surgery to after surgery, and the rehab moved really quickly. So I just kind of kept taking it step by step, but with the thought that, you know, if it feels this good, you know, how much can I do? Can I do other sports? Can I ski? And to what level can I ski? You know, I think back to the last few years of my career and how hard it was for me, and I want to experience ski racing again with a healthy body. You know, I feel like I'm in my early 20s, and it feels great. It's like a whole new world for me. I feel like I'm young and excited, and it's like the first time I've been on the World Cup. I think the only thing that I would hope to do better this time around is just to be a little bit more patient. You know, I'm not a patient person. I love competing. I love pushing myself. I'm trying to lower my expectations, which is really, really hard for me to do. But I think that's the smart thing to do. You know, just ease my way back into it and take it step by step and not expect myself to win the first race. Know that it's going to take a little time to get back into it. I know that I'm skiing well, but, you know, racing, I haven't raced since almost 6 years, so it's going to take a second. But I think I can get back to a similar level to what I was before.
When you think about like skiing in general, I mean, there's always a risk, a certain risk, especially when you do the speed disciplines, maybe a little bit more. Is it like in your head now that with the knee replacement or everything, or is it?
No, I mean, anytime you're skiing downhill or honestly any alpine events, you always take a risk. That's the risk that we all take, and that's part of I think the thrill of downhill is that it's dangerous. You know, you have to be willing to risk everything in order to succeed. Things haven't changed now that I've had a knee replacement. You know, I think a lot of people have a lot of wild ideas about how crazy it is that what I'm doing, but I'm not a dumb person. I've talked to the best doctors in the world, and they've cleared me to do this, so it's not a bigger risk. I feel that there's a lot less weight on my shoulders. I'm not trying to break any records. I'm not trying to prove anything to anyone. I'm just skiing because I love skiing. I believe in myself and my abilities, and sometimes I feel like I have to defend it. But I think this journey is really important to me, just to do it for myself.
Lindsey, welcome back. It's so nice to have you back. From my point of view, it was a pretty solid run, but I think there is still a little gap to ski faster. How was your feeling?
I felt really good. You know, there's definitely a lot that I have left to give. I really wanted to get to the finish today and be solid. I didn't want to risk too much. You know, today was not the day to do anything special. I think the course was a little bit bumpy when I went, and so some sections I was a little bit more conservative with my line, but in some sections I was really fast. I was like 4th and 2nd in a couple sections, so I'm really close to being there. I'm just not quite there yet.
Yeah, but it looked amazing already in Beaver Creek. I told you that. I'm also curious to know, how was it this morning? Like all the prep before the race. How did you feel? You were nervous, or?
I was a little bit stressed. I was a little bit behind. I forgot a couple things. I was a little bit like hectic, but because I just haven't done it in a while. You know, you get into a routine and everything's runs so smoothly, and I'm just getting back in the routine. So I think it was nice to feel the nerves again, and you know, to be in the start again. But tomorrow will be better because now I'm used to it, and I think the first one is the hardest because you just have to jump in, you have to dive in.
Absolutely. When you were in the start again, I guess there it felt more normal again because you were focused on the run. But
yeah, when I'm in the starting gate, I don't see anything else but the gates in front of me, and it feels so good to have the nerves and to have the butterflies and to have the adrenaline and to push yourself. You know, I always feel like it's just me against the mountain, and I love that feeling. You know, ski racing, there's no limit to what you can push yourself to. So I think this is a perfect start, and I'll look forward to trying to improve every race.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Vicky.